Okay, this is Pete over at SWRC Southwest Rod and Custom, and I have an old friend that I've known for quite a while, probably possibly 15 years or so, and he used to be into the kit car industry. When I say he was in the kit car industry, he worked for a large corporation. He was into the marketing and sales department of it, and he's very knowledgeable with kit cars. When I say kit cars, I'm talking fiberglass kit cars. Fiberglass kit car industry is basically a con artist ripoff boiler sales opportunity operation. When I say boiler room sales fucking deal, I'm talking about crooked motherfuckers. Now, this guy is an honest Joe. He moved on in life, but he is very, very smart on the technology and what can I say, the industry of kit cars. So I would say he's an expert on kit car manufacturing and also an expert in the field of street rod building itself. His name is Roger Leeper. He's out in Florida. And we're going to give him a call because he is trying to get back into the industry by himself without all these rip-off con artists, thieving companies and people that surround that industry. But he's moving toward a different direction. He is not moving into the fiberglass kit car world. He's moving into the steel body kit car industry. Now, the steel body kit car industry is totally different. We're talking about real steel here. We're talking about exact replica vehicles that are made out of steel. They're die stamped. Some of the companies make their cars hand formed. I got a whole list here, and we're going to be talking to Roger Leeper about this. But he is trying to get his company going on this, and let's go ahead and call him and start the conversation off. If you see me go down, I'm on my notes here, and I'm going to be taking questions, asking questions, because he needs your vote. He's an honest guy. I've known him for a very long time, and I'm trying to help this guy out by shoving some advertisement, you might say, for him out there in the world, because that's what my friend Pete does. My friend Pete's a guy that helps people out, shakes hands, makes friends, and tries to nurture the situation in a way that everybody's happy, everybody is a friend, and they're all getting help when help can be needed. So we're going to call Roger Leeper on the phone and see what the fucking deal is with this steel body kit car industry. Because I'm still not sold on the idea, and maybe he can change my mind. I don't know. But let's go ahead and call him up and see what he says. We finally got a hold of Roger that has been in the car industry for quite a long time. Once again, he's trying to start his own company, building cars for people, possibly selling cars for people. I really don't know. So let's talk to Roger and see. I got questions here that I'm going to ask him because I don't really know if I'm sold on the idea. Now, the way that he explains it sounds like a great opportunity and a great situation, but we're going to see what Roger has to say and what is really the selling angle on buying a car or possibly having a car built to your specs made out of steel. Are you with us, Roger?
Yes, I am, Pete.
Okay, so I've been telling everybody out there, I've known you for a very long time. You used to work for a major kit car manufacturer. You were in the, what part of the business were you in doing on that?
Well, I started in sales, then moved to technical phones, and ultimately became the VP of marketing.
Okay, you were the marketing guy, the sales pitch marketing guy. And
Yeah.
I also told him that you got out of the industry because the fiberglass kit car industry is basically a crooked industry.
Well, I had the good fortune or the misfortune, depending on your perspective, of growing sales tremendously for a company that in the end dismissed me when they no longer wanted my efforts. And shortly after
hold
that...
on a minute. So what you're saying is once you built the company up to their specifications and did everything you could do, they kind of screwed you around as well and told you.
Thank you. Yeah, I got a thank you bye. And
yeah,
so,
we know all about actions like that. So what is it now? 15 years later, I guess that I've known you. I get a call from you, and you say that you want to start this business up because you have been interested in the hot rod, street rod industry this whole time, and now you want to start a business called what?
Retro Motors USA.
Okay, now what does this company consist of? What's going on with it, Roger?
Well, if you take a snapshot of what we did back in the day, where I was working at a company that made fiberglass-bodied replica assemblies, and then we would partner with builders like Pete and Southwest Rod and Custom to build the car to the customer's finished vision.
Okay, but we're not talking fiberglass here, Roger.
That's correct.
What are we talking about?
What we're talking about is doing what we did that worked well, which was that combined sales marketing effort, the no BS efforts we both put forth. But now, since there are many steel-bodied vehicle replica products available,
right,
we can do that in steel. And we can represent a variety of manufacturers' products that give us access to cars from the 30s through the 70s. We're talking about Camaros, Mustangs, 57 Chevy Bel Air convertibles.
All right, Roger. So basically what the situation is that you're trying to bring the industry back, but in real steel instead of fiberglass trash, we might say.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a minute here, because we know that you want to throw your sales pitch out there and all that, but we got limited time on this, and we can't really talk. Write a book about it. We basically,
bring it on.
Okay, we got your idea of what's going on. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that make steel body cars.
Right.
Excuse me. I haven't really dealt with any of them except for one, which is called Dynacorn.
Right.
And the only industry that I deal with Dynacorn is aftermarket Mustang parts. So we got Dynacorn. Now this company is very well known for making aftermarket parts. But in reality, do they really make their own aftermarket parts? Do you know that for a fact? Because I do.
Well, I would believe, and I haven't done the research you obviously have, but I would guess they're getting them stamped offshore, probably China.
Okay, there you go. Dynacorn, this is one company we're talking about, and this is a large nationwide company that retails and sells aftermarket Mustang parts.
Right.
And they also build a Mustang replica. Now, they also build Camaros, SUVs, and pickup trucks as well. I don't know about their Camaros, SUVs, and pickup trucks, but I know for a fact that the Mustang parts are junk. They are the exact same thing that the other company gets from Taiwan. The only difference is they have a stamp on their box that says Dynacorn instead of other company name. What do you think about that, Roger?
Well, I think if you look at any shop, if you just have people that are looking to bolt pieces together, you separate the haves and the have-nots.
Which is, what are you trying to say?
Which means that even if you've got a product like a Dynacorn quarter panel,
okay,
comparing that to rebuilding a rusted quarter panel quite often, the massaging you need to do to get the fit and finish where you want it is going to be less work for the shop owner than patching away at the rusted inlet.
Well, that's true. Okay, you could go ahead and get the whole quarter panel off and replace the whole quarter panel. But the situation is that when you're fitting the door to the quarter panel, or the inner fender well, you might say, or possibly the trunk extension or the tail light extension, it's usually not going to match right. That's what I'm talking about, Dynacore, and that's what I found out about them. So now we got other companies out there that specifically specify in building street rods and hot rods that are steel body cars. They don't sell aftermarket parts, and they don't sell to the general public. If you own a 34 Ford, they're going to sell you a quarter panel or a fender. They strictly sell complete turnkey type bodies / frames. We got one that's called Shadowed Rods. Have you ever heard of them?
I've heard of them.
Okay. Yep. They build the 32 Roadster and the pickup. All right. They got a 27 Roadster that's the oversized from original, 3 inches taller, 2 inches wider, 4 inches longer, so they can use that to fit their 32 Ford frames. I read a little information about these guys. They seem like they're on the up and up. We got Brookville Fords. I've seen them at Barrett Jackson. They're more of a higher end, higher class type situation. They build 28 29s, 30 31s. They fit on both original and aftermarket frames, okay? And they are pretty high class. They focus to the richer part of the country more than the other side of the train tracks, you might say.
A more finished product.
Well, it seems like all these guys are finished product type guys, where all you got to do is basically, finish the car out, wire it up, put your drivetrain in it, and drive it. What about United Pacific Industries? Have you ever heard of them?
Indeed.
Okay, what do you think about those guys?
Again, I'm not here to pitch for or defend any single manufacturer.
Okay.
The bottom line is there are a variety of qualities of fit and finish from the various vendors we've been describing. Your point is absolutely well taken, and that very fact is taken into account a couple of ways. Keep in mind, in this vision that I have, we're going to be the broker, of you will, between all of the vendors from the parts. We're a SEMA member, so we have the access to all of the people we've described and more.
Okay.
And we're going to assemble a virtual showroom that's going to encourage the end customer to spec out their dream car. So they can pick a level of horsepower, type of suspension, so on and so forth.
Right. So you're focusing. You're focusing on a turnkey world here. You're not focusing on. So what you're saying is you're trying to sell.
Where guys like our friend Pete fit in, we're going to need you to look at each project on a case-by-case basis, knowing what you know about the fit and finish, so you can estimate the time and materials you're going to need to build it to completion. We bundle all of those parts, your quote for the labor, we present that to the customer, and when the customer says yes, we ideally will have a financing model available and an escrow account set up so that the customer can verify that they are legit to us and to the builder. And the builder knows he's going to get paid incrementally as work progresses and materials are purchased, and he needs to get compensated for that.
Right.
The customer gets looped in. We make sure that they're kept in the loop as to the amount of progress that's going on, what the billing status needs to be in the project, and so forth.
So basically, Roger, what you're trying to create, the company that you're creating, is not a company like, let's say, the Fiberglass kit car world, which focuses on selling you a fiberglass body to build in your garage at home, and then we'll sell you everything else on top of that and fuck you in your ass. You're basically coming up with a concept that says, when we give you the price on that car as a turnkey model, what you just said, You will pick it up, or it will be delivered with the key and drive it, and no worries whatsoever. Your car is finished.
Correct. That's
Okay, and we're
vision.
talking all the way from purchasing the parts, all the way to the finished paint job, to the interior work / turnkey situation. You're not gonna. Let's put it this way. I'm trying to get to a point here. You're not gonna have Joe Bob over in Arkansas call you up on the fucking phone and say, "Hey, buddy, I see that you're building 55 Chevy coupes. I need a left-hand door. Can you sell that to me?" You're not doing that.
That isn't me. The market we are trying to hit. For every car that rolls across the stage that's a one of none or a unique custom build that gets hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of attention on a Barrett Jackson auction.
Right.
My goal is for every one of those guys, there's a couple dozen guys who would just like a car built to a performance standard that they would like to enjoy, built to a factory level of fit and finish. So they're not looking for the 100,000 hours of block sanding it takes to win the Riddler Award. They don't have the budget for that. And they don't have the need for that. They just want a car they can drive to go to the Safeway and get stuff or to go to work and back.
So you're not focusing on the Trailer Queen era guy. You're focusing on a guy that has always wanted the 32 Ford 5-window coupe, let's say, possibly with the open roof, and maybe even have the original Calvin on it, but you want it to be Y2K compatible with LS2 fuel injection drivetrain and a 9-inch Ford rear end with a 6-speed transmission and air conditioning and heat.
Exactly, for that guy
that wants to drive the car
of his car. So to everybody, I'd say, why aren't you driving the car of your dreams?
I can tell you this, Roger. I can tell you that in the real steel kit car world, you might say, I don't even know if you would call these kit cars because they're real steel body cars.
Right.
To me, a kit car is basically a fiberglass replica that usually has a wooden frame inside structure or steel.
Yep.
Most of them are with wooden frames, but I would actually classify these as real cars, being the steel car that it is, and being exact replica that these companies claim that they're doing. And also, you know, we're not limiting yourself to just a 30s car, because that crowd, I hate to say it, is pretty much dying off. The crowd that is into collecting cars now are the era of muscle cars and possibly still a little bit of the 50s. And I noticed that these metal car companies are replicating cars of that era versus just 30s only.
Correct.
What is your angle? What's your business? And what kind of business are you trying to get in to get your company started to create these cars for the general public out there? And how are you going to make it affordable for a guy like me to own a 1967 fucking Camaro with a big block blower engine in it?
Well, right now, we're entered in a contest through Chase Bank for a startup grant.
Okay, hold on a minute. You broke up. You said a contest for Chase Bank.
Yeah.
And now this contest consists of what?
Well, we had to put in a proposed business plan for their submission.
Okay.
They accepted it, and between now and the 19th, which is actually coming up pretty quick, they're going to close the voting. We need to have 250 votes to advance.
Okay, that's tomorrow, Roger.
To the next round.
Tomorrow is the 19th.
Right?
It's now 8:53. It's 8:53 on the 18th of June. You're telling me tomorrow's the deadline?
Tomorrow is the deadline.
Now, is that till midnight tomorrow or what?
Yeah, like 11:59.
I mean, how many votes do you need, Roger?
We're close now, but every vote counts. So I'll send you the link if you can share that with people on your channels to.
Okay, what is the link? Go ahead and tell us that link. Just spit it out.
All right. It's missionmainstreetgrants.com
Okay.
/B, as in boy, just the letter B, /30305.
Okay. Now they go to that. Now you're telling me that they have to go on the internet, get up in their search engine, or I'll put the link down below there. Click on that link, and then who are they voting for here? What's the name of your deal?
You should be on a page for the Mission Main Street Grants program for Retro Motors USA.
That's you.
That's us.
And then just follow the procedures and put some votes in.
Click the vote. It allows you to vote one time, but like I said, every vote counts. It helps validate our idea and impress the judges. If we get to our goal by tomorrow, we advance to the panel judging round where they actually look at us, talk to us, and interrogate us to make sure the idea is legit.
That you're a real steel deal and not a fiberglass trash operation.
And in September, they're going to award 20 grants of $100,000 each to businesses to fund their startup vision.
Sounds like my friend Pete needs to get on that bitch and put his name up on there.
Come on down. Yeah. And anybody who's interested...
Well, Roger, you know, the situation is I'm always a day late and a dollar short, so I'm here to shake your hand and make you a friend and help you. What I need to do is get off the phone so I can get this thing going, because we only got a little over 24 hours to get you the votes you need. And it was nice talking to you. Take it easy. And we wish you luck out there. I know that you've been a good, faithful friend for 15 years, and I know that you are not a rip-off, screw-off fucking guy that's out ripping people off and scamming on people. You know, all I can say is I wish you luck on the situation, and if something happens, give my friend Pete a call, and we'll see what we can do. Okay?
Top of my list, Pete.
Okay,
Thanks,
we'll see you later. Take it easy, and have a good day at work, buddy.
You got it, man.
All right. Okay, so the situation is Roger Leeper wants to start a company building cars for the general public. He does not want to sell you a door. He does not want to sell you a fender. He does not want to sell you the body where you have to build it at home. That's where a lot of these fiberglass kit car companies fucked up, is when they took their angle to sell the fiberglass car to you, the person that doesn't know what you're doing, and con you into buying this thing, and you get stuck with all this bullshit, and you're fucked because they lied, cheated, and bullshitted to you. Kind of like the cars that my friend Pete builds here called Street Beasts. That's why Street Beasts is out of business. We want to get Roger some votes, okay? This is a charity video, you might say, that my friend Pete is asking you to get on there, put your vote in. Let's see if we can help Roger Leeper out with his quest of going in business and doing something for not just himself, but for others, all right? And accomplishing his dream. Because you might be that guy that has a dream that has nobody helping them out. So why can't you reach out to a person that you don't know, show that your gratitude is there and your honesty is there, and give a guy a vote that can use the vote to better his life. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Follow the link below right here, all right? Right here in the description. You're going to see the link right there, all right? Click on that link, do your P's and Q's, and give this guy some votes. Let's try to get him to round 2, all right? That's all I can do. I've done my good deed for the day, and hopefully Roger Leeper will be building street rods for people, turnkey cars, and making a difference in the hot rod world and helping people out, bring their dreams and their memories back to them, to listen to those old songs that they once listened to in mom and dad and grandma's car as they're driving their car down the road, enjoying life. We'll see you later.